pull up the PowerPoint.
Maudlin takes.
Let's see. Okay. All right. Have you ever lived in a different country before?
Besides the United States?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the United States is one of them. So.
I grew up in Mexico.
Okay. So our cultures are probably very different. And I lived in a different country for a little bit of time. I lived in Myanmar, and I learned that there are a lot of rules, cultural rules that you don't know, and it can be very embarrassing when you make mistakes. So some of the things that I found out were that when you want to make friends, you should go to their house and eat their food. And then also
In Mexico too.
In Mexico too,
Yes.
It's the same.
Yes.
Okay. But you should also make food for them because it means you want to be friends, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Food is important.
Yeah. Food means love, right?
Right.
Yeah. And then another thing I found out is that, and I think it's in Mexico too. It's kind of similar. But you should respect people who are older than you.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't just joke around with them like you're their age, and it's more formal. You have to be more polite.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Yeah,
Mexico too?
and not use their first names unless they say that it's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of similar.
Mm-hmm.
But you should usually call them auntie, or if they're older than you, you call them auntie, or older sister sometimes. Yeah. Or grandmother, but sometimes that's rude if they're too young.
If they're not a grandmother.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And then, so those are some things, and then there's also things that are more strict, like you'll get in trouble if you don't do them. Like let's see, I'm trying to think of one. You wouldn't get in trouble, but you would probably offend somebody if you did not show respect to a monk. You know what a monk is? Religious
like
person.
A priest?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so if you don't show respect, then you might get in trouble. And women aren't allowed to shake hands with monks. That's not a good thing. Something you must not do.
Mm-hmm.
And as a girl, you must not climb trees. I found that out. It was kind of embarrassing. Yeah, my friends came and told me, no, don't do that. You must not climb trees.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just, there's some things, maybe that's more of a should.
When I lived in Mexico, you didn't go out alone on a date with a boy without someone with you.
Yeah. That's a good example. That's interesting. Definitely not the same in America. So we're going to kind of be talking about these cultural rules to explain something called modals. And you might have heard of it before. But you can use these to explain to people about your culture. And also to, when people are explaining American culture to you, they'll use some modals to help you understand. So these are things like, got your PowerPoint here you can look at. So if it's required, if it's a rule, we say must, right? So it was more of a rule for me to not shake hands with a monk. And so I would say I must not. Or actually that'll be the next one. I must not shake hands with a monk. That would be very, very culturally wrong. And then there are things that are advice. So maybe it's a good idea to do it. And you say should. You should. It would be a good idea to do something. So what's a should in your culture?
You should invite people to dinner.
Yeah, that's a good example. And what's a should not?
You should not should not be alone with a boy if you are a teenager.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you should not leave the house without an umbrella because it will rain very hard and it will be soaking wet. And people will say, "Where is your umbrella?" You should not leave the house without an umbrella. So this is a rule. This is a rule. And this is advice. Okay. And this is also advice. And then there's one more. And this is a choice. So when you hear someone say, "You don't have to," this means it is totally up to you. You have a choice. You can do one or the other. For should, it means that one is better than the other. And for must, there's no choice at all. You must do it.
Okay.
So you don't have to. It's your choice. So
you don't have to dress for the weather, but maybe you should.
Yeah. It's true. That's a should. Or maybe if you don't like bananas, you don't have to eat bananas when you go to someone's house.
Okay.
But
you don't have to eat jalapenos.
Yeah. I hope not. I'm not very good with very, very spicy things. All right, and then the other thing we'll talk about is form. So can you look at this here and tell me if I should put a word in this box? We'll start with number 1. You must show respect to someone older than you. Do we need to put a word there, or is that complete?
That looks complete.
Complete, yeah. What about number 2? You have to show respect to someone older than you. If you look here, it's a clue right there. So
you have to show respect.
Perfect, yeah. How about you shouldn't climb a tree if you are a girl?
You shouldn't climb a tree. That's correct.
Correct, yeah. And you should I say you should too make food for your neighbors on holidays?
No.
You
should make food.
Yeah.
Should make.
How about you don't have to be on time to dinner?
You don't have to be on time to dinner.
Yes, good job. And so then the next one is, we'll look at this here and tell me if this is correct or not. And if not, you need to fix it. So, number 1, you must to respect someone older than you.
No, there's no to. You must respect someone older than you.
Good job. You picked this so quickly. How about you shouldn't leave your umbrella at home?
You shouldn't? Is shouldn't, should not?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should not.
You should not leave your umbrella at home.
That's like, remember we were talking about connected speech. You shouldn't, hadn't, didn't.
Oh, like contractions. Yeah.
Wow, your English is way up there.
You don't have to be on time to dinner. That's correct.
Oh, except you just added a word in there. Oh. You fixed it. You don't have to be on time to dinner.
You don't have to be on time. Okay.
Your level is way too high for this class.
I've been studying hard.
I can tell.
Yeah.
You mustn't forget to tell someone their food is delicious.
You mustn't forget to tell someone their food is delicious. That is correct.
Yeah, nice job.
Muy delicioso.
Sí. That's in Myanmar.
Deliciosa.
Yeah. For those. Yeah, in Myanmar.
La comida.
If you didn't say that their food was delicious, they would feel very sad.
Okay.
Because you broke their heart. Okay. Controlled practice. So, what I want you to do here is you have a sentence, and I want you to use the correct modal in each sentence. So decide if it's must not, should not, or you don't have to.
Okay.
The first one is, it is advised to respect someone older than you. So which one of these matches with it is advised?
You should respect someone older than you.
Perfect. How about number 2? It is required to eat with certain fingers. Oh, I'll explain that. In Myanmar, you have to only use, in the lower part of Myanmar, you only use these 2 fingers to eat
Okay.
your food. Otherwise, if you do this, it's wrong.
Okay. So it's required. You must eat with certain fingers. There's no 2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or you have to eat with certain fingers.
You have to eat, or you must eat. Okay.
Yeah. And then how about number 3?
It's not advised. Okay. You should not climb a tree if you are a girl.
Perfect. And
I think you left a T.
Yeah.
You should not climb a tree if you are a girl.
Mm-hmm.
You can choose.
It's your choice.
Choose. You don't have to arrive on time to dinner.
Yeah. Yep. In Mexico, is it polite to arrive on time?
Not necessarily.
No.
No.
Do people arrive late sometimes?
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of the time.
Time isn't as important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In Myanmar too, people will call you and say, "Hey, do you want to come over to my house in 30 minutes?" And if you arrive 2 hours later, it's fine.
Okay.
All right. So the next thing we're going to do is I have a handout for you to work on. Let's see. I gotta find it. There it is. And so I'll give you a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
And you are going to think about your culture, think about how it is in Mexico. And for each of these A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you have to decide if this rule is a must in your culture, or a should, or a mustn't, or a shouldn't, or don't have to in your culture. So look at the first one.
I need to get a little closer. I need to move this closer.
Yeah.
Take a gift when invited to someone's home. You don't have to.
Okay. So mark that down.
Okay.
Letter A.
Okay. A, and then just put don't have to. Don't have to. B, ask how old someone is. You shouldn't ask how old someone is.
Is that rude? Not very polite.
They'll tell you how old they are if they want you to know.
Okay.
C, smoke without asking permission. You shouldn't. You used to be able to do that, but not now.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of like here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that kind of the same in America.
Mm-hmm. But if you did, I don't think they would be angry with you.
Okay. So you should. But
you shouldn't.
You mustn't.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hug friends when you see them. No, you should hug your friends and kiss them on the cheek.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Good to know. I'm going to Mexico. You should. Shake hands when you meet someone.
You should. Yes, you should.
You should shake hands.
You should.
And hug and kiss them.
Yes.
All three.
Yeah. And I would say you must.
You must.
You must shake hands.
Okay.
Yes, when you meet someone, and say mucho gusto.
Okay.
De conocerte. EF.
Take off your shoes when you enter a house.
You don't have to.
You have to. In Myanmar, you did have to. Otherwise, it was rude. Almost take your shoes off.
I mean, unless they're dirty, then you probably should take them off.
Caked in mud.
G, offer to pay your share when
Someone
to a restaurant. Oh, yes, you must.
You
must offer, yes.
Okay. Good to know. Sometimes here, it's when someone says, "I'll pay for everything," then don't just you have to accept it.
Oh no, people argue.
In Mexico, people argue.
Who's going to pay the bill?
Mm.
They can get angry at times
Oh, no.
about who's going to pay the bill.
You have to kind of do it secretly.
That's,
An H.
ask how much someone weighs.
And Myanmar people do it all the time.
I don't think it's very important
It's just,
down there. They don't really care. No, and they have nicknames for people. They
Yeah.
call them Gordo or fat one, or
oh,
and nobody gets offended.
okay. Yeah, this is like in Myanmar.
Mhm.
People were called. There was one of my friends. His name was Little Fat Chinese Boy. That's
Yep.
just he was totally fine with it. But in America, that's not okay.
No.
So maybe
H
you
is,
don't have to.
yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
Mhm. I
Ask what someone does.
does.
Is an occupation.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
You don't have to, no.
J. Leave a tip
In a restaurant. You don't have to.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. It's definitely important here,
Yeah.
especially in a nice restaurant.
I don't remember leaving tips there. I mean, you could, but call people by their first name. You don't have to, especially if they're older. You might want to call them
You shouldn't.
like Mr., Mrs.
Okay.
You know.
Mm. So maybe you should until you know.
Yeah. You shouldn't.
Mm.
Until invited.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unless they're your age, then I think it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if they were older.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. In Myanmar, we told almost everyone brother, sister, aunt, uncle, except for people who are our age. Then we just call them by their first name.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, all right, let's go back. So what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna be your partner. Normally you would have a partner, but and I'm gonna tell you about my answers on the worksheet, and you're gonna tell me about yours. But we have to ask each other questions.
Okay.
So I would say, in your culture, is it a good idea to take a gift when invited to someone's house? And then you would tell me.
You don't have to take a gift, but it would be a nice thing to do.
Okay. Now maybe you ask me about B.
Okay. B.
With is it a good idea to?
If you were at someone's house and their parents were there, would you ask them how old they were in your culture?
Yeah, I think it would. I think you don't have to ask them, but it's okay if you do.
Okay.
And now I'll ask you: is it a good idea to smoke without asking permission?
No, I think lots of people don't smoke, so you should ask first.
Okay.
And then, if you meet a friend, would you hug them?
You should if it's a good friend. And if they like hugs, but you shouldn't if they don't like hugs, and they're not a good friend.
Okay.
If you just meet them.
Okay.
Is it a good idea to take your shoes off when you enter a house in your culture?
You should if they are dirty, but if they're clean, you could leave them on.
Yeah.
You don't have to take them off.
Yeah.
Should you shake hands with someone when you meet them?
If it's very polite, you should. You should shake hands with somebody. If it's an interview or you're meeting someone important for the first time, you should shake
Like
hands.
your boyfriend's parents.
Yeah. That would be important too.
Okay.
Are you boyfriend's boyfriends? All right. So in consideration of time, we could just go through the whole thing, or we should go to the next part.
Okay.
We'll go to the next part. All right. So we'll go to our next activity. So I want you to think about what you've learned about American culture while you're here. And I want you to write 4 sentences, 4 new sentences, explaining about American culture, things that you must do in American culture, must not do, you should or should not do.
Okay.
And you can write it on the back of your paper. So where did you learn that one? That's nice.
Okay. You should call people before visiting their home.
Yeah, that's true. Unless you're really good friends.
You must not tell someone you don't like their dog.
Mm-hmm. Why?
People really like their dogs,
Okay.
and they get very upset.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Their dogs are like their kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
They bring them into stores.
Oh. It is not like that in Mexican
No.
culture.
No. You don't have to hug everyone.
Okay.
And you should drink coffee with your friends.
Yeah.
Everyone drinks coffee here with their friends at Starbucks.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone. Good job.
All right.
Yeah, you had, you didn't use to with should, so that was good. You got the form all right. So the last thing we're going to do is, well, I guess that was the last thing. So just, I guess, review the rules. Must is a rule, must not is a rule, should is advice, should not is advice, and you don't have to is a choice.
Okay.
So you can use these things to tell people more about your culture. And when you want to ask a question about American culture, you can use these to ask, should I call before visiting someone's house or something like that. So,
yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
Very good.